Back at Holt Fieldhouse, where Carson-Newman falls in 4 sets to Tusculum, 25-19, 22-25, 25-17, 25-14. I'm Adam Cavalier alongside Carson-Newman head coach Shannon Mincey. Coach Mincey, a tough contest for you. You tied after the first 2 sets, and then Tusculum holds you to a 0.93 attack percentage in set 3 and a 0.25 percentage in set 4. What did the Pioneers do to give your offense some difficulties in the latter 2 sets?
I think, Lauren Santarelli is normally producing a lot of kills for us, and so if she had a little bit of off night, it shook our team a little bit because she's someone that we, depend on. And it shook me a little bit because as a coach, I depend on her too. I think she hit negative tonight. And so, without her attack, it kind of limits us a little bit. I was pleased. Sarah came off the bench there in the end and did a nice job. They ran their offense well. I don't think our defense did a poor job. I thought they did a nice job. Our hitters just didn't want to put the ball away tonight.
You bring up your hitters, though, but through the first 2 sets, you're holding All-American libero Caitlin Dean to just 8 digs. Now she finishes with 25. What was the difference between those first 2 sets and the next 2 when it looked like you weren't even finding her on the court when you were attacking in those first 2 sets?
Well, I think the first 2 sets, the girls really did a nice job of our game plan. We spent all day yesterday talking about Tusculum and going over Tusculum, and they were prepared. And then in this 3rd and 4th set, it's almost like they got scared and tried to do their own thing, and they did not stick with the game plan. And I think I have a young team. They're up in the air, and they think they can do what they can do, but yet that's not really strategically what I had planned for them to do. And obviously that was to keep it away from Dean. And Tusculum did a nice job. They kept it away from Angel.
Yeah. You bring that up, both libero. We talked about this being a defensive slugfest, as much as you can have in a volleyball match leading up to this, and then both liberos are well below their season averages.
Right.
So is that just
both teams?
You fighting against each other? Both
teams are knowing we respect it, and we want to keep it away from them. And I think it was hard for Angel to not be involved in that at all. But our hitters, found her in the 3rd and 4th set. We hit at her, and in my timeout, I even circled, okay, this is where she is. Majority of our offense is going to her, and they're producing kills off of her digs.
Emily Schultz is a kill away from her first career double-double in a Eagle uniform. 9 kills to go along with 16 digs. What did she do well today?
Oh, well, I had to look at the stats to make sure you were right on 16 digs.
She was on the line pretty frequently.
She was.
What was the key there for her?
She played against Marcel on the back row and did a nice job. I like her upperclassmen leadership. I don't know that she's as skilled maybe as some of my younger kids on the bench, but she does provide a little bit of that in the timeouts and in the huddles when we need it versus, I've got some young kids who are very strong defensively, but they're not going to voice out in a season where we're sitting at a lower standing in the league. You
turn around and face the Brevard Tornadoes on Thursday night. What do you have to do from tonight to Thursday to get better for Brevard?
Well, Brevard, is not a team that you need to take lightly, and they're a win that we need to have. We're fighting to get in the conference tournament right now. There's not an option against Brevard. I hope that my team senses it. I don't sense that they're hanging their heads. They seemed very excited today. The gym was great. They decorated it in honor of breast cancer, and that's the most important thing. I know we lost and we want to hang our heads, but there's a lot of people who have lost their lives to breast cancer, and a lot of family members have lost their lives. So we were playing for that tonight, and it's unfortunate that we lost on such a good cause.
What about the support you got tonight? There was a solid crowd in attendance, and you've got.
It was.
I don't want to say nutty, but when your athletic director dyes his hair pink in support, what's that mean?
I think it's great that he dyed his hair pink in support of that too. Alan Morgan is very much supportive of our volleyball team, and he was right there on the front line. We switched sides. He switched with us and cheered us on, and I'm just very appreciative of all of our fans. And I hope that, I don't know what the amount was that we raised tonight, but I hope that it was a good amount that we can send to Dig to the Cure. And my assistant Mike painted his hair too, and he's always coming up with funny stuff. So I appreciate them, and I appreciate all the support. And ultimately, there is a bigger picture than just volleyball.
Coach Mincey, always a pleasure.
Thanks.
We'll talk to you after the LMU match next week.
Thanks.